about to go somewhere odd now. Time to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is podcast hell.
This is just a comfort move. Don't read into it. But I do this. I've never. You know what?
Wait, why did you put me here instead of you?
I don't know.
Like I do actually kind of feel like I'm hosting.
Can we say this is how I was like? Jake was like, well, how's the podcast? I was like, go upstairs. And then I was like, Des, sit on that chair. And then I did this. That's the beginning of the podcast so far.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm thinking, is it because we're both wearing black?
You know what it is, honestly? It's
up?
like I felt like I should try this seat.
Oh.
I was like, I've never sat here. I sat there once, and I've sat there. I've never sat here.
All right.
No time
That was
like
it. That was the only thinking that went into it. It was an impulse decision.
Okay. Well, I think it's working just based on our color scheme of clothing, personally.
Navy blue, black.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was black.
It is navy blue, but I mean,
Okay.
black and navy blue are friends.
Yes.
Close cousins.
Yeah.
Close cousins, we would say.
He's going to town.
And it's so dark in here. I mean,
So that
Don't bring up the
who knows what
lighting.
color
Don't bring up the
anybody's
lighting.
I'm sorry. I snapped on you. I didn't like it.
No, you didn't snap on me.
are we on right now? Are you
happening?
doing that thing that podcasters do?
What's the thing?
Where like they just start and they don't say
Oh my
like,
God.
an
The
intro
fucking... You're going to have more lighting, right? Oh, are you doing that shitty thing I hate? No, you want me to roll out a fucking scroll for you? On the 20 years ago, Jake moved to New York City, where he began his comedy career.
That's pretty good. I just
want to
kind
know,
of
am I
real.
in it? Or is there like a thing where you're like, hey, Hellwig heads.
What's up, Hellwig heads?
Welcome.
He's going to do it any minute now. This is just the lead up. Yeah.
No, I'll wait until you're like in like a really like intense emotional story.
Yeah.
Be like, that was the last time my father. I'll be like, Hellwig heads, we're in. Just hit you with a real high energy start point. No, there is no. There's nothing like that.
Okay.
We just start, and then we go. Des knows. Des is a veteran of the show.
I'm a vet.
Are your listeners used to the sounds of Gordon chewing?
Well, I don't have his.
Should we say that he's here too?
I don't have his orange ball mic'd, so they can't hear it or see it. You're just gesturing to the ground and a sound that nobody knows about.
Could be picked up.
First time on a pod?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Well, I was on Comic Book Club once, way back in the day.
Oh, wow.
That was
Okay.
like 20 years ago.
Is that a podcast?
It was.
It was, right?
It was a show and podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back when podcasts were like, I think that was even before like Marin was doing it.
Yeah.
Or no, was it? It feels
Probably.
like one of the first. Yeah.
Well, it did like...
Shout out Comic Book Club.
Shout out to our friends
out.
at Comic Book Club. We got a lot of crossover.
Alex, Pete. Is that it? There's a third
There's
guy.
a third guy.
Justin.
Who's
Right?
Oh,
Oh,
Justin.
Justin.
I think I remember. Yeah. White guy, right?
White guy.
They're all white.
There's Black Justins.
No, I mean, they're all white and on the comic book.
Oh, okay.
Justins are
Show
always
me.
white.
Show me. Where?
You know what? No, all the Justins I know are white, but there are definitely Black Justins. Justin Jefferson is a receiver on the...
Oh, okay. I was like, you made that up. But okay.
No. Justin Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson.
100% black, and he's on the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
In case Jefferson's watching right now, one of the best receivers in the league. That's my only proof.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Justin Aiken or the other Justin? Because there's
The
multiple.
other one with the glasses.
I don't remember.
Glasses?
I think he had glasses.
I don't
Or am I
remember
thinking
if
of
it was
that
Glasses.
other
I'm
white
actually,
guy? I don't know.
I'm actually picturing him.
You know what I'm talking
Was
about,
it Justin
right?
or was it Josh?
No, it was Justin. It was a Justin.
I feel like it was like
I don't think he wore glasses.
nerdy looking.
Yeah. Well, the
Well, they
show's-
were all kind of nerdy. Well, yeah, Comic Book Club.
Yeah.
That's not there. That's not this show though. We don't have to talk about Comic Book Club. The whole
No, we
day.
don't.
It's neither here nor there.
But it was. I mean, let's get into Comic Book Club real
Yes,
quick.
okay, yeah.
Because it was very popular. I remember being
yeah.
like very. This sounds shitty. but like surprised that there was a show at the Pit with a following.
Oh, so we're saying the name of the theater, or you've done that before?
I can say that. We can say that.
Okay,
We
yeah,
just won't
yeah.
talk about specific people,
Well-
except Justin Aiken and Pete LePage and
Beep,
Alex
beep.
and all the other
no,
people.
but
It
comic, but
wasn't
you,
Justin Aiken.
you don't have to.
It wasn't Justin Aiken. I was on a team with Justin Aiken.
It wasn't Justin Aiken for
It
sure.
wasn't Justin.
It was a different Justin.
It
was a
was
different
Justin
Justin.
like Michaels or something like that. It was definitely like an M. He had glasses.
No, I think he was the only one without glasses.
Really?
Yeah.
Pete LePage didn't wear glasses.
he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Hellwig Heads. We are in.
Actually, this will be really funny because I don't think you need to bleep out Comic Book Club,
Yeah.
but it'd be really funny if you then bleeped out all the names because we've
All
said
all
them
of the names.
so many times. It's just going to
Except for
sound like we're
Justin
just like cussing.
I wonder.
a lot.
I do
Yeah.
wonder if it helps, like, if people feel like, "Ooh, I'm listening to something restricted or naughty because it's bleeped out." I don't know if there's like a mental thing there that makes people want to listen more.
Yeah. I don't know about listen more.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe they're just trying to listen extra close to see if they can hear through the beeps.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you're not doing that comedy thing where you like bleep out random shit, so people have to like they think you're saying a bunch of wild stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they're
yeah,
not.
Comedy thing.
You know that comedy thing.
Yeah.
So
That is
it's more.
a comedy thing. That's a trope. I've
It
seen
really
that
is
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they bleep out like the Muppets on Jimmy Kimmel and stuff, right?
But it's like an ongoing like or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if people just wanted to use actual context, they can be like, okay, the word before that bleep and the word after that bleep.
These
Nothing.
people are working real hard to find out
Nothing
what we're
bad
saying
going
about
on.
Comic Book Club.
It's not. Yeah. The mystery. I wonder. They're not still doing it, right? There's no way Comic Book Club is still.
No, I don't think
It can't
so.
be. I don't know what we got to stop talking about comedy, Comic Book Club.
That's true. yeah.
Anything else? We can talk about. I got those. I forgot to close my.
Hellwig heads, sound off in the comments.
What do you
Let us
think?
know about Comic Book Club. Are they still doing it?
No, Jake.
they
We're
wear
moving
glasses?
on. Jake, we're moving on. We're moving
Are
on.
any of them
Okay.
black?
I can verify that they are not.
The comic book club guys.
Justins.
Oh yeah.
No, the Justins.
Oh yeah. What are you trying to point out of your closet? The jerseys?
The jersey. I was just pointing to anything to talk about, but I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't close it, and now
Just
now
gesturing
it
around
feels
the room.
like somehow I feel like violated by leaving it open. Like there's going to be something embarrassing there, but there's really not.
Oh, no, just a bunch of
It's
jerseys.
just a bunch of jerseys and hoodies and
what do you
stuff.
call those? Pendants?
Pendants.
Pendants?
No, pennants.
Pennants. No D.
PENNENT. ENTS.
Yeah,
Yes,
pendants.
pennants.
Yeah, okay. So you have one dangling like a little tongue over
A
there.
pendant.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Is like
But those are like pendants.
those are comedy festival lanyards.
They're lanyards, but a lanyard is a form of
Lanyard.
pendant, is it not?
I feel like the
thing hanging
to,
on a.
to me the
Yeah.
pendant is like the actual item. It's like I always pictured like if you have like two kids and you're gonna separate them at birth, you give them each, you break the pendant in half.
A necklace. Okay.
Yeah, and then when they
It's like a charm, but like bigger, thicker,
yeah
something
exactly.
like yeah. Okay, so that's
But
not
back to
that.
my thing, if it's a supernatural type story, the pendant would glow as they
Oh.
go to combine it, kind of like a Planeteers type thing where
Okay.
the two siblings together make some sort of power thing.
I like it.
Yeah. You guys never think about that? How you would reunite children you're separating at birth?
I don't think about that when I look at like comedy festival lanyards. No.
I think I handled the separating. It's up to them to figure out how they're going to come back together.
Yeah, I've never actually thought of it, but I think I'm in your mind of thinking of like, if I separate them, I'm not giving them any clues.
No.
Just figure it out.
Just figure it out.
If it's meant to be,
Yeah,
It will be.
Parent Trap style, it'll be.
Or maybe just like give them each half of a tattoo. They have to find each other and put their tattoos
they're
up
like butt
next to
cheeks
each other.
together. Or
That's the Tenacious D one, yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
It is. I made a joke on Family Vacation about because everybody. I don't know why my mom got a little drunk and she was like, "We should all get family tattoos."
Oh my goodness.
We were like, "Really?" To
Did you
immortalize.
have any
to-
ideas?
I know.
They did have ideas.
Oh boy.
But this was
Let's
like
hear
to
all of them.
immortalize Key West, where we had literally been there for 12 hours. And we were like, why would we're never coming back.
It's just like that luggage carousel. I loved it.
It's like we got to the house. It was a nice pool. She's like, matching tattoos now. My mom doesn't drink that much, so I think she wasn't handling it.
She had like two glasses of wine.
But she did like maintain throughout the trip. Like, as a joke, like, we'd be walking and I'd see a tattoo shop. I'd be like, Mom, and she'd be like, are we doing it? I'm like, no, nobody wants to.
You pointed it out to her, though.
I did, but I didn't. I was like, as a joke.
Oh, okay. Oh, but then she was like, seriously,
She was like,
we're
seriously,
here.
she wanted to.
What did she want to get?
Ooh, yeah.
Everybody had their own ideas, but they wanted to be like something like, it was like someone wanted to get like a little lime, and then other people wanted to get like a seashell or like something to like symbolize.
Okay.
Lime.
Like key lime pie?
Key lime pie is from Key West.
Which is garbage, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah,
Key lime
okay.
pie. I'm
It's
sure
a
you had
little
it while
bit
you were
of a-
there.
How dare you?
I hate key lime pie. It's so
Yeah,
disgusting.
I didn't have a strong opinion until we were there, and then I was eating it. And I was like, oh, it's pretty good. And they had like a
Okay.
gluten-free version that I had, so it was not bad.
I guess you were in the right spot for it.
Yeah.
The place where it was, I think, invented. I think that's where it's
I
from.
think, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of cool, like, to be down there. It's like you're out in the middle of the ocean, basically.
Yeah. Was
And
it Gulf of America at that point, or was it still Gulf of Mexico?
It's Gulf of America. I mean, this was
Okay.
only like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you were here at my house watching
know,
the
but
dog
it's
wall.
like-
How did you forget?
But when did the Gulf of America transition
That
happen?
happened like the day that Trump was president.
That was
Oh,
He
it
Rode
did?
in.
Like right away?
It was like the
Number
first
one.
thing he did. I was
What
50-50
a
on that one because he
nutball.
changed it.
50-50.
Well, I was 50-50 on because he was like, it's going back to McKinley. And I was like, I like that. I know Mount McKinley in Alaska. But then when he was like, it's going to Gulf of Mexico goes to America, I was like, no, it's the Gulf of Mexico because we've always called it the Gulf. It's never been the Gulf of America.
Never. And it's also like shared by other countries. It's not just
Yeah,
America.
no, I'm for. So if anything, it should be like the Gulf of and then all the countries. It should be a really long name
I think
that includes
Gulf of
Panama.
Mexico is fine.
Panama doesn't Panama touch it? The
They've
Panama
got the
Canal.
canal.
For now.
They don't need the Gulf too.
No, it's the Gulf of Mexico.
Got that whole canal situation.
Well, I grew up on the Gulf of Mexico, so not to make it personal,
No, you're
About
uniquely
me.
qualified.
but it really is hard for me as a
To change
Gulf
it?
of Mexico and like growing up
Where-
person.
As a Gulf
Were
of
you
Mexico
in like
stan.
Galveston?
Corpus Christi.
And that's right on the water?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like we literally like when we would go to the beach as kids, you'd go into the water and you'd come out and you'd have like tar on your legs because of like the oil. I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh,
I mean, I
wow.
am exaggerating a little bit because it didn't happen like all the time, but it did happen sometimes. And like growing up, that seemed normal to me. And then like moving away, I'd go to other beaches like on the coast of Jersey or whatever. And I'm like,
Sandy
where's
Hook.
the tar? Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook had its own substances around, though.
We used to go to a nude beach in Jersey. Are you okay with me saying that on the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called Sandy Hook. It was great.
Wait, Sandy Hook, New Jersey.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't something bad happen there?
That's
Yeah, that
a
was
different Sandy Hook.
Okay.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
That was
That
where
was the
the shooting.
school- Yeah.
But then didn't Sandy Hook, I thought also Sandy Hook, New Jersey like flooded completely and is gone now.
Oh, that might
Whoa,
be true.
maybe.
That might be true.
Yeah.
It
'cause
was like an old army base though. Because when the bus would drop us off, we would like walk
Yeah,
through
it'd
the
be, like, by the
barracks and
base.
stuff.
Those were always cool because like I have family friends that live in Hawaii on like an old military base that's now for like anybody, but a lot of military people bought up the homes.
Oh, okay.
But it's
yeah.
like, I mean, military home, it sucks. It's not nice to live
Yeah,
in those
yeah,
houses. But like when they're vacation homes, you're like, this is fucking sick. It's right on the water.
Yeah.
But you know, in real life, it's like it's there so that like you know
It's like pretty basics, like copy paste.
every
kind
single.
of.
I remember
Yeah.
like going into my friends' houses and like knowing where their room was without ever having been in because everything's in
Oh,
the
sure.
same
Yeah.
spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're also like very thin walls, so it is whatever temperature it is outside, it is in your house.
Yeah.
So when
Which-
we were in Louisiana, it was fucking horrible.
Oh, right. I was gonna say in Hawaii it doesn't seem too bad, but yeah, I guess it's the same in other places.
Yeah, I mean, also in Hawaii, it was like when I was there, it was like you're in Hawaii, so we didn't spend too much time in the house.
Sure.
But it just kind of felt like what's the word? It's like is it kitschy? Is that the right word? That's not the right word.
I don't think that's the right word.
I don't know. When something's repurposed, what's the word, Jake?
When something is repurposed.
Is it repurposed?
And it feels like familiar.
Like not nostalgic.
A little maybe nostalgic is what I was thinking.
Mhm.
But it's not nostalgic. There's a better word for it.
But some word that is playing with kitschy in some way in your
Kid,
mind.
forget kitschy. Pretend I never said
Yeah.
kitschy. Kitschy is way fucking
Kitschy
off.
is like cute salt and pepper.
People
not
are
kitschy.
screaming at their phones right now.
My sister tells me when she listens to the pod, she's like, I have to turn it off because I'll have very basic things I'm like not able to recall.
Oh.
And I'll just linger on it for like 5 minutes. And she's like, it's the most frustrating.
Oh, she turns it off because she's frustrated. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
she's like, I've got to Google or whatever.
No, she
she's
just
literally like, I can't listen to this
no.
anymore.
I get texts from her in caps, and she'll just be like, "We lived in Alabama. How do you forget?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that was what it was."
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a frustrating listen for almost everybody.
I don't get frustrated when I listen to it.
And you listen.
I do.
Des is the only person that has come on my podcast and then referenced episodes that she's not on. Oh. You're the only person.
Really? I mean, I will admit I don't listen to every single episode.
Nor do you don't
I
need to listen to
a life, but I do listen to them for
the
sure.
fact that you listen to anything it's always shocking.
Oh,
when
I
you
can't
tell
bring
me.
out my phone. I was gonna show you, like like on Spotify when it's like there's like the top 6, and
Yeah.
you're up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, but we don't have to talk about that anymore.
Yeah. Jake here did not.
Well, I will say I did start listening because the first time you asked me, I was like, well, what am I getting into?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if it was like Rob's where there's like improv and stuff. So I was like, let me
Yeah.
prepare myself mentally. But then it was very enjoyable, and you have a lot of funny guests, and I know like a good handful of them.
Yeah.
So it's enjoyable to listen to people I know.
Rob's podcast is not that enjoyable. So that's
Yes, it
I agree with what you said.
No, his is very enjoyable.
How's this episode stacking up so far?
If you had to rank your experiences
wow.
coming on the pod, you've done it. I think you've done it. This is the third time, right?
This is my third time.
If we
Okay,
can
cool.
figure out what word you were looking for, then
Let's
that
stop.
could really
Let's
put this
stop.
one
It'll
over the
come.
top.
Yeah, you have to like.
We'll figure it out by the end, and it'll be a great like.
Kind of like you.
Button.
Kind of like you said with like the separating the kids at birth. If it's meant to be, they'll find each other.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I didn't say that. You said, but yeah, I did say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also-
How many? Oh, sorry.
no, you go.
No, you go.
No,
You're
because-
in the main chair.
No, because I was going to continue on the separating twins thing, but we can move on.
I have no strong opinion as to whether or not we stay on separating twins or not. So if you feel confident,
No. Let's move. What were you going to say?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Great.
Just say the just let's keep going on twins. Well, they don't have to be
And
twins.
twins.
We didn't say and twins.
Wait, what's that from?
That's a Coors Light commercial.
Oh, wait, what?
Which the guy goes
From like the 90s or
The guy
something?
goes, I love quarterbacks getting hurt,
Wait, is this from like the 90s?
banging in the dirt.
I think it's more of an
and
ops thing.
twins, and then it's like two chicks
Yeah.
like rubbing their tits
It's like
together.
an SNL sketch.
No, it's like a real.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing.
It went on for a while. It was
Yeah.
was like an ad that like persisted.
Okay, answer my question though.
Persistent is the right word.
Was it a 90s thing?
It was definitely a 90s.
Okay,
thing.
so it's like older.
Was it? I thought it was like aughts.
No, I think
Maybe
it's.
even-
No, because
early
What's
10s.
Up was aughts.
I don't think it was aughts.
That was also Budweiser.
aughts. Yeah, I was 15 in the aughts.
Hellwig head, sound off in the
Hellwig head,
comments.
sound
was it
off.
90s or aughts?
When did we hit twins?
We call them the Hellions.
I'm gonna guess.
That is
and do
funny.
throw it in the comments if you're watching on YouTube right now.
What decade was and twins?
I'm gonna guess and twins came around in '98. That's my guess.
That's a good guess. That's a good
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
that's fair. If it was 90s, it was like 98, 99.
I remember it being like important to
It was
a moment in
important.
my life where I was discovering things.
Oh,
like
That would
twins.
and twin. Like I remember being like, those girls look nice, and I would have. That would have been like
right.
13, 14.
Yeah, I was about to say you would have been like 6th grade or something in
Yeah.
1998.
So that's why I'm 85. So that's why
Oh,
I'm
so
saying
like 97,
that's why I'm saying
98.
98. I think that like 98, 99 is when it came
Interesting.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any like beer commercials that were aimed for like young Desiree to figure out her situation.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, well, unless I looked at the twins and I was like, they look fun. I'd like to talk to them. But I wasn't like,
They seem like they have fun. Can we the idea of fucking actual twins.
I'm glad we're
is
getting into this.
The
Yes.
worst
I was thinking
thing.
about it
Necessary.
too.
It's just like not. It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, twins, and then like if you were actually in it, you'd be
Like,
like,
they're sisters.
I've always
you're gonna
had-
fucking touch your sister's tit. Get out of here.
Yeah, I've always
It's
kind of.
It's like a nightmare. It's one of those things. It's like it's fun only if you have not thought about it for a
The
second
logistics.
beyond.
Yeah.
Not even the
and-
logistics, just the fucking like the core of what's happening
Yeah.
is a real
It's disgusting.
And
real,
there was
not cool thing.
There was a real like ongoing point of view in pop culture in like the late 90s and into the aughts.
Yeah.
Where like this was very much like pushed as like something that guys want to do.
Yeah, well, we can thank Coors Light for that, apparently.
I mean, they were.
Twins.
But he says fucking in the dirt.
No, it's something in the dirt.
Oh.
No, I think he goes. I think it's like
Dogs who love cats.
No.
That was one of them.
no, it's like
Part of the list.
I remember because he goes, I love
Football on TV.
football on TV. Something that rhymes with V. And twins. It was always and twins was always
Yeah.
the little button at the
Yeah.
end.
Dogs who
The
love cats was one
tagline.
of them.
It wasn't dogs who love cats. It was quarterbacks eating dirt. That's what it was.
Hellions, sound off in the comments.
Quarterbacks eating dirt. Probably something in short skirts.
Quarterbacks eating dirt.
And-
what does
yeah,
that
like
mean?
you
Oh,
hit
like
the-
they're
like
You
tackles?
hit the quarterback.
Oh, so he's
A
anti-quarterback?
violent,
Well, no, it's
No, he's pro-defense.
there was a time in football where when a guy
gotta
would
find
get
out who
hit.
this guy is.
I know.
There was a time in football when a guy would get hit. We wouldn't all go, oh, I hope he didn't get CTE.
Right.
We used to go, get him! And it was
Oh.
awesome, and everybody was very excited when there was a big
Yeah.
hit. So quarterbacks eating dirt is a callback to when you could like really like kill the quarterback.
I've never.
He's really chomping
I don't
away.
live with him, but I've been around him enough, and I've never heard him like chew this much on a toy for so long.
He's going at it. He loves that ball, so he's not
I love
going to
it.
fully destroy it.
I'm
And
telling
also,
you, I think
nobody
the
knows
Bucks are
what we're
gonna
talking about on the
Yeah.
on the audio or the visual.
We're
He's
talking
off
about
camera.
Jake. He's eating a ball right now.
He doesn't. So when he's around us, he will literally take a toy, hop up on the couch, and chew it 3 inches from our faces,
Yeah.
and it's very unsettling.
Yeah.
But you're saying he doesn't do that when you're around.
He's done it before, but just I'm saying for not this like long. He usually like gives
Yeah.
up after a while.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like when he's doing this, if it's like he's anxious or if he's excited. It's
I think he's excited. He's
I-
in a room with people hanging out, and he's like one of us.
he's a
is
very
what I
sociable.
think,
He's a very
yeah.
sociable dog. I feel like he never gets. There's only one guy he's ever barked at.
Oh,
There was a guy
Oh, man.
who was like asking for directions outside, and I was walking him. And he went "Roar, roar," and just like
Really?
kind of lunged at
Oh.
him. And I was like, that guy's probably a pedophile.
oh shit!
I just felt like Gordon's instincts.
He's got that pedophile training. He went through the pedophile
If
training
he's only going
program.
to bark at one person his whole life, it's
Let's hope.
probably
Was the guy asking for directions to?
school. It's okay. It's a comedy podcast.
He has like a map.
Everybody's okay.
Excuse me.
Just
Do
has
you know
like
where
a
PS 13 is?
He has like a photo of an altar
Terrible.
boy. Have you seen?
Have you seen this boy?
Seen this boy?
Or really any boy.
Just any boy,
of
I'll settle.
Similar age, but preferably this one.
This is my type.
God. And twins.
And twins.
Terrible.
It is kind of a fun thing to punch up anything is to sing and twins. Now I have to
Now
watch.
I'm going to.
It's weird that I remember it so well and probably haven't seen it for, whatever, 15 years.
I remember the Ford truck commercial that was like crazy about a Ford truck.
Oh,
I remember that one.
Sure.
But I don't know if that was a Super Bowl thing. I feel y'all are talking about a Super Bowl commercial, right?
No, we're just
I
talking
don't
about the
think
Coors
so.
Light.
Oh, I guess I
We're
like.
just talking about the twins.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I thought that because like the Was Up commercial, that
Fucking
big
two
Was Up,
sisters.
that was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Was Ups?
That.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
that,
but
some
that
things-
premiered in Super Bowl.
That was-
Yes,
Super
and then some things become so popular that they just go forever.
Some things transcend the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Was Up is. Well, I don't know if it transcended because if you talk to a Gen Z, they don't know what we're talking about.
They've never even heard it as a reference?
Some of
What's
them don't,
that?
or they're acting like too cool for school or something. But
Yeah.
there have been times where I've been like that old person in the room that's like, "What's up?" Right? And they're like, "What?"
It is weird how like pop culture has just become like so full of stuff in the last couple
lot.
decades that
Yeah.
it's hard to like. You can't really blame the Gen Zers for not knowing some of the things that happened like before they were born because like.
Yeah.
People just don't talk about it anymore. There's
Everybody-
so much other stuff out there to see.
Everybody has
That's
so much
true.
access to like create their own content and their own stuff. It used to just be like, what are people choosing to put on the 8 networks that we're watching?
Right.
Like it was easier to like, we had more things to talk about collectively.
Yeah.
But now you can be like Liz went to go see the band Guster. You know Guster?
I have been but multiple people have posted about Guster on Instagram,
So-
and I'm like, what?
Guster is a band that we love. It's like my family goes to concert. I don't know why, but it just became like a band that my family loves. It was like our wedding song when we got married.
Whoa.
And nobody that I've been like, hey, anybody want to go to a Guster? Nobody knows Guster.
I've
I'm like,
heard
this
the
is
name, but
fucking
I
crazy. They
could
have like
not like name a song.
it's one of those things where it's like everybody has their own stuff now, and it's like they're used like the Beatles. Every fucking person listened to the Beatles.
So you're saying Guster is like the Beatles?
I'm saying nobody will ever be like the Beatles. No one will ever have a TV
Beyonce?
show that like
Or- well, maybe not.
no.
I was gonna say Beyonce. I mean, it's like everybody knows who Beyonce is.
People know who she is, but everybody doesn't listen to her.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
The people that like there used to be these like cultural linchpins that everybody watched. Like everybody watched The Honeymooners. Everybody watched who's the guy who told us that Kennedy got shot? Who's that guy?
Walter Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite.
Oh.
Like there were like these things where you could be like, you see Walter last night? Like we
Right.
would know what you meant if you said that. If you
Because
said
they
that
only had
now,
like 3 channels back then.
yeah. But I think that might be good for like shared like cultural points that everybody has a reference to. It feels like those are gone now.
Yeah.
And ironically, it's because everything is so accessible. So you would think everybody would know everything. But
Yeah.
It's the worst. You
It's
know
like
less.
just too much.
You know less. You're more isolated.
I was shocked recently that someone younger than me had never heard of Full House.
Oh.
Like, didn't even know like what it
What?
was.
They didn't even know Fuller House?
Didn't even know Fuller.
Oh.
And at first I reacted like you guys. I was like, what?
Yeah,
like I was like
have
when I was
mercy.
a kid. Yeah. But like when I was a kid I knew what the Brady Bunch was and I knew what Gilligan's Island was and
Same,
stuff.
yes.
But then it occurred to me later, like I guess I knew about that stuff because it was like still on like Nick at Night and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
Or like even just like local TV channels would show reruns. But like the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, I guess why would they know Full House?
Yeah.
I used to give tours of 9/11
What?
in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
The site.
Yeah,
The site. The site.
Ground Zero. Yeah.
The Ground Zero.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
What did you?
I
I used
don't
to
know.
time travel back to 9/11
I
and be
mean, I
like,
didn't
wait
think-
here, guys. This shit's gonna be crazy.
I just feel like phrasing it as like tours of 9/11 is a crazy way of saying that. I would say tours of Ground Zero.
No, I gave tours of 9/11. I took people back to an emotional. Literally, that was my job on the tour. I would walk them around the memorial, and they just tell these fucking gut wrenching stories.
Yeesh.
But on multiple occasions, I have a family, and the parents would go, "We haven't told them about 9/11 yet," and I'd be like, "You want fucking me to explain
yeah,
to
why
them?"
did you bring them here?
Yeah, like the humanity and what the like fucking
oh my
murder.
God.
And I would have to to little 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids be
Yeah.
like take them through a jet. Like picture that building but with a jet going into it. And like
did they pay you for the? I mean, I know you got paid, but did the families like pay you for the tours, or it was
no,
like,
the families paid the tour company.
Okay.
And then they would tip.
Oh, okay.
Me.
Yeah. So
And
you
I
get
got
the tip.
sick tips on the
Yeah.
9/11 tour because
Well,
people were like
yeah.
very. I've told this story in here before. I won't do it, but it was like I didn't want to do it, and then I found out how much money people were making on it, and then I did it all the time.
Is it also because you didn't get cast on the ride?
I never did the ride. I never wanted to do the ride.
Oh, you didn't want to do it? Oh, okay.
No, I thought it was weird, and they would
No,
also
it was totally
like,
weird, but every improviser was like, the ride.
Well, I remember they were like, you didn't get to go in the bus right away. At first, they would have like sketches.
Yeah.
We'd have to
like
wait.
people would be doing things on the street.
You'd be
right?
like, you'd be a painter, and then all of a sudden you'd like turn the painting around and be like someone on the bus, or I don't know, something like crazy like that.
I mean, that is kind of cool.
It is cool, and I don't think they did that. That's an idea you can have the ride if you're still
you just
in
act
operation.
out like a Mentos commercial where you roll on them.
Was it just sort of like?
No, there were a lot of dues to pay on the ride, and I wasn't ready to
there
pay
was
those
definitely
dues.
rapping. I remember there was like a rapping aspect,
Oh, boy.
or,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
freestyle rapping or something.
Did they have like people like on the street like pretend to get mugged or something, and then they turn to the
so
bus
funny.
and they like turns into a flash mob?
Okay, another idea: the ride. If you're listening,
Is the ride still around?
I think it actually is still around.
You could still go on the ride.
I mean, there might have been like a COVID thing where they were like, okay, not now,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's come back. What are they going to do with those buses that are half of a window? Like the whole front.
the whole thing?
One side is a full window. What are they going to do with that bus? I mean, I guess you could
Fucking
just take the window.
I mean, that's
I mean,
what I would do.
Giuliani's gone. Let's bring it back.
Broken windows, my ass.
Well, I wonder if the ride stopped at Ground Zero
I doubt it did.
because it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. No, because people are the ride is like meant to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't think they take people down there. I know like Tim Dillon, the comedian, used to do the ride. He had a bunch of stories about like how like they would kind of like once you were a senior person, you could kind of just fuck around and
Yeah.
talk about whatever you wanted. That was kind of what my tours were like too. Like you could really say anything.
Oh.
Like they gave us a script, but they were like, make it your own. I'm like, make New York City my own. Like, all right, that's where pizza was invented. If you look, I would just fucking make shit up. Like, what, they're gonna fucking check it later? Nobody cared.
That's true, yeah.
And yeah, honestly, like all people want to hear is facts. They're not gonna. You retain nothing.
Yeah.
If you've been on a tour of like New Orleans, and I was like, I put a gun to you, I was like, tell me 3 things about New Orleans right now. You would not fucking know. You like going with somebody and going, ooh, yeah, oh. You hear apple butter right there. Okay. Just right out of your mind 5 seconds later. It's all made up.
The old New Orleans apple
Yeah.
butter.
The home of apple butter. I'm happy I retained Key West key lime pie. I don't think I'll ever forget that.
But I mean,
It's in
I've
the name.
never been
Well,
there.
you'll never forget it because of your lime tattoo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right.
I gotta-
Yeah, so, okay.
That's
y'all-
what I wanted to
Y'all
say.
didn't get the tattoos, though.
No one got the tattoos,
Okay.
and that's what I wanted to say is I
we
said
go. We
something
got there.
so fucking funny at dinner, and nobody laughed. They were like, everybody was like throwing out like heartfelt tattoo ideas, and I was like, I want to get a tattoo of Ace Ventura coming out of my asshole saying, "Do not go in there," and nobody laughed, and I was like, that's not funny.
No, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's definitely funny. Wait, so the thing that you wanted to say...
That's what I wanted to
when
say.
when you were like going to interrupt me because I was going to keep talking about twins, was that you wanted to pitch your Ace Ventura asshole tattoo.
That's what it was. That's the thing. I'm so glad that came back.
It's funny as a tattoo, but
Yeah.
it's also funny as matching tattoos if everybody...
Everybody's asshole has that.
Did Liz laugh?
Liz laughed.
Okay.
You
good,
know what?
good,
I also
good,
said
good.
it very late at night.
Oh, okay.
We were playing,
I went to each person's bedroom,
crept in,
Gave a little knock.
whispered.
whispered
No, we were-
in their
we were-
ear as they were sleeping,
we were-
and nobody laughed.
We were playing a card game called I think it's called 5 Crowns. Have you guys played it?
No.
It's just a super long version of I don't know what it's kind of like maybe like Uno, but like way longer. And the game had gone like 2.5 hours. Everybody's tired, and then I dropped that fucking gem on them. To
Was
nothing.
it really like out of nowhere, or had the
No,
subject
people
come
were
up?
people were talking about their
okay.
tattoos, but everybody's like kind of bleary eyed and tired. We'd been drinking,
Yeah.
and I said that, and nobody laughed, and I was like, "Fuck, what is wrong with everybody?"
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Did you already have that idea as a tattoo, or did you think of that in the moment?
I thought
as
of
a
that in the
joke?
moment, and I was so
that's
excited.
Even, that's
where
even
you're
better.
like, "Oh, I got a good one,"
Yeah.
and nobody.
I do think you have to get that tattoo.
Just because it's such a good
It's
idea.
so good.
Yeah.
The only person that will see it is maybe Liz. She might not want to go down there after that, but
Sometimes,
And she'll laugh.
yeah, I think so.
and she goes there so much. She lives back there.
Oh no, she's not here. We can't talk about that.
We can't. If she was here, she would say Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she'd say, subject change, please.
But when she laughed, did she laugh like?
No. She laughed. You know what? I know my wife.
Ace Ventura's laugh. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
good.
I got it.
That's good. I liked it. Remember the part? One of my
here we
favorite
go.
parts in that movie is where he closes the door and he's screaming.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that part?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Every
that part
time
is
I
so
open a
great.
sliding glass door, I am really tempted to do it.
Yeah.
What's the point, Ventura?
Only this. Okay, we gotta stop. This is
No,
bad.
I think we can do the rest of this podcast and only talk about
It's so good. It's so good.
Solid bit.
But fuck, what was I gonna say?
Oh boy,
Oh,
this
that
again.
just Liz is at your butt all the time.
Oh
or
no,
something.
I was gonna say Liz is.
I'm so sorry,
Could
Liz.
open up a
if you're listening.
timeshare resort
I'm so
back
sorry.
there. No, she was like, she gets, she's an introvert, so it takes her energy to be around people. She loves being around people, but I can tell where sometimes she's just like drained.
Sure.
But she is the one person where like I can say a joke and she will not laugh, but she'll just go, "That's really funny,"
Oh.
and I'll go, "If you were in a better mood or had eaten more recently, you'd be laughing."
You'd actually laugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like that's enough for me. If she can give me a that was very funny, and I feel
Oh.
It's nice
Okay.
if you can get that and you actually trust it.
You
without the
trust
laugh.
it, yeah, because I've
Yeah.
like worked with people before
Sometimes
that like
it's
they're always
better
like,
than a laugh.
"That's funny, and I'm like, "Then fucking laugh, you psycho."
sometimes
but when it's like a genuine appreciation that you can feel like they wanted to make sure you got that. From them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sometimes better than a laugh.
I was in a bad mood. I was hungry, and we were driving to. We went to Solvang the other day.
Yeah, I know Solvang.
Yeah, so
It's like Dutch or German.
it's is Dutch how you say Denmark?
Yeah. What's not how
It's
you
not
say
Dutch.
Denmark.
No, Dutch is Holland,
Yeah, is Holland and
but Denmark is a different country. I think you'd say it's Danish, not Dutch.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, so
I'm
it's
thinking
Danish.
of Amsterdam is in.
Is in Holland.
Holland.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
Dutch.
But the language is still Dutch, though, right?
Yes.
Oh my God! Don't put this episode out.
No, Danish. You cut the whole episode.
Wait, I'm like, what are they?
Welcome in, Hellwig heads. I think they speak Danish.
I've only been to Amsterdam and they all spoke English. Lucky me. Sorry.
The point of the story was I was in a bad mood in the car.
Yes.
That's the whole. I don't even remember what the point was beyond that. I was in a bad mood and Liz made a funny joke, and I usually don't do this, but I went, "That was funny. I'm in too bad a mood to laugh, but that was funny to make." She made fun of me, and I was like, I have enough to like. Sometimes you're just like, I'm not in a mood to be fucked with right now. But if someone still says something funny, I still want them to know, like, yes, I appreciate it, but shut the fuck up.
It sounds very like mafia boss
Yeah.
to be like, I'm mad. I'm not gonna laugh, but I'll let you know that I did think
It's
that
just
was
being,
funny.
it's just you have the bandwidth. Like, you know yourself better as you get older. You know, I'm turning 40, and like sometimes I don't want to laugh.
When is 40?
October.
Oh, October. Oh, right. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
And are you 40?
I'm 40. I'm about to be 43.
Okay.
Oh,
You look young.
Thanks. Up top.
I'm really. yeah, up top. Let's go up top.
oh, he did it again. He was gonna try to get cozy with
That's
you.
right,
Like,
yeah, I'm
It's all right.
sorry.
I should've let
It's
it
just
happen.
it's just better for the arms. It's a nice, comfy. I thought.
You can keep it there if you want. Don't let me.
Nah, that's all right. Now I'm good. This is good too.
Wait, why did we say you're returning 40 though?
No, just like I feel like a younger me would like feel a pressure to laugh even if I'm in a bad mood.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And now
Yeah.
it's like I could feel like I could do that with people, even not just Liz. Like I could.
Yeah.
I don't need everybody to fucking like me.
I just feel like
the
laughing for
time.
me is like a reflex though. I can't
Right.
I will laugh, bad mood or not. If it's funny, I just like
Yeah.
ha ha ha, like out loud laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you got me, you got me, whether I'm in
Yeah.
a bad mood or not. But maybe that's a sign that you're good at like compartmentalizing.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not very good at compartment. I've been told it's all over my face if I'm mad or whatever. Like I can't. It kind of like
Interesting.
washes over. But I don't know. Like, do you guys get out of your bad moods quickly?
No,
No,
definitely not.
You linger.
I'll linger
You
for
hang?
a month.
You sim.
It depends on what happened, but I'll usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I
so
tend
I'm
to
like
similar
a-
as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's the environment, right? So if I'm at like a party or something and something pisses me off, I'm not going to sit there and be like in the corner, like I'm mad the whole time.
Yeah.
I'll be like, we're still having fun, but I'm like, I'm going to remember this. I'm going to think about this for a week after this.
Yeah.
That's kind of my.
You sim?
Yeah, I fume.
You fume? More of a fume.
Fume is more intense than sim, for sure.
Yeah.
Can be.
But you probably means you get over it. If you fume, you probably get to it quicker and maybe get through it quicker. I would assume.
Well, if that's
I would
the
hope.
case, then that's not what I meant.
What's slower than simmering? I think I boil.
Oh,
That sounds fast.
I think I boil. I think I like,
Oh.
but I don't. I'm
And
not
intense.
like. I'm not a big yeller. I don't think I yell, but I already talk loud, so sometimes people think I'm
Yeah,
yelling.
I was about to say, I
but
feel
I'm
like you're a
just
yeller.
expressing myself forcefully.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like. Yeah, I don't think I have like an anger problem, but I definitely like get there and then get past it. I think pretty quick.
yeah.
I definitely used to be quicker to act angry than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten better at like.
Gordon,
I
if
don't
you're
know
gonna do
that
that, you
one's
gotta go,
getting
buddy. You
picked up
can't
on
do
the
that.
mics, but Gordon is making quite a racket.
This is how he lets you know he's angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Here, Jake, let's make some space. I think you might want to
Sure.
come up. You want to come up? Is that what you're asking? Come on.
Seems
He's like,
it.
I want him out of my.
Oh, here he goes.
He's like, who's this new dog?
Come up. Come up.
And the ball. Wow.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
Spin, spin, spin.
So that should buy us the last 20 minutes of the pod.
Aww.
Sorry, so you were saying you're less quick
now
to
my seat
anger
sucks.
now. I know. You then, what did I do? It was so.
I know.
Yeah, I think I've gotten better as I've aged at like I'm feeling the emotion, but I don't need everybody to experience my anger. I'll act chill. It's not even about like hiding the emotions. It's just about like I don't need to like make this
Make
the
it a whole
center of
thing.
Make it a thing.
attention, you know.
Yeah, that's probably good. Like growth or whatever.
But I'll
Yeah.
still be thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, it's like the growth of like, I don't need to make this a thing, but I don't know if I have the growth of being able to like let it go or understand that maybe I was wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, fine, I won't say anything. I won't make a big deal of it. But like secretly, I'm still like that immature person that's like, but I'm right.
Yeah.
Or, like I guess what I'm kind of getting at is I try to find more productive ways of expressing it. So
Oh.
it's less about like how angry I am and more about like how can we solve this problem or like what can we do that will make everybody feel better.
Yeah.
If we go to your house right now, are there just like a list of names on your wall, like written in your own blood? And you're like,
Pictures of people with like the eyes scratched out.
Oh, God.
yeah.
So you're a serial killer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, we got him.
That's what this
It
is all
worked.
about.
Cracked the
It
case.
worked.
We cracked the
The
case.
no-ho slayer. Oh, there's got to be a better name than that. Sorry.
The no-ho, it's something with an O. You need the
Yeah.
alliteration.
The no-ho. Ugh, never mind. I don't want to try.
This is hard. It's hard. This isn't fucking the Rob Stern podcast. I don't have a bunch of like, ooh, farty McFart. Everybody, he makes us fucking work on his podcast. We got to come up with ideas every 3 minutes.
Farty fart.
No, sometimes I'll go like, I'll be just telling a story. He's like, oh, let's go back to that time. I'm like, I'm telling a fucking story. I don't want to have to improv my parents getting divorced every fucking episode. Rob Stern. Good God,
man.
with the bits.
Is there
You just let it
podcast
breathe, Rob. He should
Your
who has
move,
more
Rob.
listeners though?
him.
Well,
I think his people love his fucking goofy games. His podcast is gonna take off, and I'm just
but he doesn't have the sign.
he doesn't have the sign, and he has to. I think he has to like emotionally. I've had a podcast that's a ton of work.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking burden. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh god damn it! Like who did I book? Like I forget that I forget that I have the podcast. Like I honestly forgot that you guys were doing the podcast until you're like, I'm gonna be a little late, and I was like, oh fuck,
No,
Liz.
that's psychotic.
I fucking forget.
Wow.
But it's in my calendar, and I have the setup ready to go.
Yeah.
There's been multiple times that someone has knocked on the door
Really?
and been like, hey man. I'm like, come on up. And then as I'm walking upstairs, I go, I had a podcast today. Completely fucking forgot.
I did wonder, only because there was no...
there was no confirmation that it was happening.
There was no, like, still good for tonight or whatever.
And I did not want to micromanage the situation, but I thought the same thing. And I was like, should I text and be like, see you guys tonight? But I was like, no.
No. And it would have been helpful too. I didn't eat dinner yet.
You did the whole.
That was Liz's dinner.
Oh, I was about to say it was a whole pan full of
well,
meat.
you ate Liz's dinner then.
No, that was Well,
did
my
you just
dinner.
Kick her out? You're like, shit, you gotta go.
No, Liz made dinner.
Okay.
And then she ate her half, and then she was like, "This is for you." I was like, "I gotta go. I'm gonna go on my walk because I do little walks after I get off work." Mm-hmm. And then he texted he's gonna be late, and I was like, "Fuck." I'll eat after the pod.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So you're like hangry right now.
It's actually, I'm really not. Like,
okay.
the truth is like, I had a feeling like I had a podcast today. So I was like, maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Wow.
It'll be a little surprise after work. And then I forgot to check when I get off work at 4.
Yeah.
And I just forgot to check. I took a nap. I had other stuff to do.
I would not be able to live like that.
I like it. To me, because again, I like it. I feel like
I feel scared.
I get
all the
I get a little
time.
scared. Like I was like, oh fuck, what do we have today? Do I have people coming over? No, the thing that's hard is like I do try to like take the trash out and do basic things, so it's not like, you know, like fucking use condoms and shit like right by the toilet or whatever. So like that's the thing. It's like
toilet.
If I don't leave myself, I fuck on the toilet. Yeah, that makes sense, right? No, I try to like that can be hard. I didn't hear what you said.
With condoms?
With condoms?
Yeah.
What's wrong
He
with-
has sex with women or a woman. Sorry.
What's wrong with condoms?
What's wrong with condoms?
They're for single people,
I'm just
aren't
kidding.
they?
Well, we don't have to get into that, but some people
I guess
that
we
aren't
can get
single use
into
them.
it. Liz, hop in the comments.
Not everyone can be on like the same birth control.
I
So
guess that's
sometimes
true.
you have to
That's
use
true. That's
condoms.
Des is nothing but net right now. Look, what's wrong? To me, I'm like
I gotta bring up
condoms.
another commercial soon.
Condoms are
Tweets. Sorry.
and 2 condoms, one for you, one for you. No, I feel secure and safe in one.
That's
Oh,
fine.
I'll never leave home without it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like, what if like back when I was single, I remember there being times where somebody would be like, "Hey, I'm on the pill." I'll be like, "I'll wear a condom."
Well, you still
sure.
gotta wear a
Yeah,
condom
yeah.
because
Always.
of like the warts and stuff.
Always.
All those warts that you have.
All those warts. You learn your lesson after your 10th, 11th
And
bout of warts. And warts.
crazy about a wart dick.
Nah, I'm pretty strongly in the camp of condoms.
Oh,
Plus,
you're strongly.
You got to get good. You
Wow.
also got to get good condoms.
Sure.
You know,
I don't know.
Oh, sure.
get some of those.
I don't have a PP, so I don't know what it's like. But most guys are like,
You don't know what it's like.
"Ugh, it's awful. I can't do it," or whatever. It's like, okay.
So
Yeah.
hard.
Oh my god.
Nah, I think condoms are good. It's just like you got to like. My marriage will be over if I keep doing this.
Yeah,
we have to
that's
stop.
fine. Hey, I try.
No, you did. You made the right move. I want this to be a part where I'm like, I fucking say what I want to say. I'm like, no, I have a relationship to manage. But no, yes. Anyway, yeah, I wear condoms. I can't get off of it.
I'm addicted to condoms.
I can't. I love them so much. No, what's the fucking what's the alternative? You get
They're
warts
all
on your
bad.
dick, or
They're
you
all-
have kids
yeah.
you don't want. Like, what the fuck?
Every option is bad.
Every
Yeah.
option is bad.
Well, I think in like the marriage world, there's a lot of like the whole like the Catholic method, they call it, or the
rhythm method?
The rhythm.
Yeah,
That's
so
better.
we have.
yeah.
There are people in my orbit that are Catholic and use the Catholic method.
Yeah, same.
They
and
all
they
have,
have
like,
same.
8 kids. It doesn't
Same.
work. It's made up shit.
I use the Catholic method. I'm not Catholic, and I also have never been pregnant. So,
Really, it works.
I mean, with my partner, I've used condoms with non-partners before because
Sure.
obviously the warts situation.
Sure.
But
yeah.
I think I don't know. You gotta hope you're just with a guy that knows what they're doing. I guess
Yeah.
you women listening is what I'm saying.
There's
Not,
no
not
women
you
listening.
two.
There's no women listening.
Meredith is listening.
There are
Meredith's
no
not
guys who know
listening.
what they're doing.
I think
You're
I
gonna
pissed-
beep out her name.
She's fine. If you're a guest, I can say your name. If you're a guest or you're Justin Long.
Or you have another, if you have another podcast that I want to shit talk the whole time.
Rob's been on the pod many times. He's a friend of the show.
No, I know.
But if you listen to his show and you're listening to my show, enough. Choose one.
And if you're listening to the Comic Book Club,
This town ain't big enough for the
who's got
both
the
of us.
I wonder, we should look up Comic Book Club stats and see if you or Rob have made it as far as Comic Book Club made it when they were doing the podcast.
Probably not, because they had like live audiences showing up with like, I mean, they were like
They had a
selling
hook.
out.
Yeah. And I think they had like good guests, right?
Yeah. Well,
but they were like one of the first comic book podcasts too.
Yeah.
So that was like,
And it was also
they
at
got
a-
there so early.
it was
Yeah.
also at a time where like comic books were still for nerds.
Right.
And like now, like it's not even dorky to like, now you're like a dork if you don't like comic books.
Right.
So I feel like now it's like that market has been saturated, but they were in early, you know?
It was kind of the perfect time for them, really, because like comic book movies were popular, but they hadn't yet started the Marvel thing that the Iron Man began.
Yeah, like the Marvel, what do they call it? Marvel first? No, they don't call it that. Stan Lee's World.
Shit.
Stan Lee's World.
No, it's the Marvel
Bobby's World?
Cinematic Universe, right?
Cinematic Universe,
And
right.
it's like, even though there were Marvel movies before Iron Man, that was like the one that
The
started
one,
like the
yeah.
cycle.
People loved Iron Man. That definitely, they were like, we got to make 150 more of these.
Yeah.
That movie was so good. We need to completely destroy the idea of a movie. In 20 years, there will be no more movies. There will just be comic books turned into movies.
Do you think Terrence Howard ever like sits in his house like upset with himself that he?
He is. I saw a clip of him. He was on he went on Joe Rogan and said he was like betrayed by Don Cheadle.
Oh,
and
he felt
Robert Downey Jr.
betrayed.
Well, not Don Cheadle, by Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I thought Terrence Howard like left because he didn't want to work on the next movie or something. He was like, yeah.
He probably did.
I thought he made that decision himself, but okay, maybe
But,
there's
maybe he did, but in some way before he made that decision, he expressed feelings of betrayal towards RDJ.
okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Hard to believe we circled back to Comic Book Club one more time. Really,
I did say that we would probably get back to it.
and we did. I mean, look, we're we all did improv. We know
we know.
we know
how
that you
to
need to
bring things back.
close
A
those
callback.
loops. Liz is going to coach an improv team tonight, and she was like they want to work on like their who, what, wheres. So
Whoa.
and they're high energy.
pretty
So I'm
basic.
she's like, I'm gonna focus on positive scenes, and we're gonna play Kitty Cat Corner. And
I
I
don't
was
know
like,
what that is.
and I
Yeah,
was
I don't know
like,
that one.
it's a game where or Kitty Cat Career, Kitty Cat
Oh, now I know
Careers. Yeah, but she was just started describing it, and I was like, I really dedicated a lot of my life to improv, and when to hear it described back to me, I'm like,
yeah.
this it just took me, it hit me.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, yeah, I did spend a lot of time in a circle, rhyming words and
Yeah.
playing patty cakes, and it was fun.
It was a great time, but I was recently thinking about just like how much of my week was like
Every
taken
night.
up by that stuff, because like
was
you
freaking
have
every
your
night.
team's rehearsal, your team's show night, and then if you were coaching, you
Coaching.
had all that, and then whatever other show
Yeah.
you were producing and everything. Like,
Yeah,
what was I doing over there?
I know.
It was just like, I mean, look, I
It
think
was a lot.
it was also like our social circle. Like I met,
Yeah.
like any friend I have, even people that are in stand up, a lot of them did improv before they did stand up
Yeah.
and quit. And like we can still talk about it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it was like whatever. It just becomes like the flow you're in. It is a way to feel like you're doing something. That's the other thing, is like
Sure.
you are busy.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is what it means to be 20 in my 20s, is like I'm not making any money. But I am up on stage a
doing
lot.
my thing.
And that's the, like everybody look, I people have like negative feelings about the pit.
Well,
But like we did get up on stage a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that like walking away from like the negative thing is because of the cult leader that was in charge. I mostly get annoyed when he's very much like, you wouldn't have the life that you have if it wasn't for me.
I love
and it's
when
like,
he does that.
Shut
that
up,
is the
dude.
funniest shit.
So annoying.
That is the greatest thing. Like when he. When he's like, every time you kiss your wife, I want you to think of me.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
that
shit like
shit
that.
Is
So
that's a real thing he said?
He does say stuff like that. It's so weird.
But it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's also very funny.
What a character.
Sure.
To me, like I look back on it now and I'm like, man, I tell myself now I watch cult movies and I'm like, who would ever fucking do? And then I go like, me.
Oh yeah.
Me when I'm 24, a little bit.
I do think that it's like, it's not as, I mean, I might sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't sound sad to me when you're obsessed with improv as much as we were, when you're actually good at it.
Sure.
And so you're spending your nights like actually being good at something and enjoying the laughs that you get and blah, blah, blah. But when there are people that are like really addicted to it that are like just never going to be good. Like, I'm sorry. Like some people are just never going to get there. Like those are the people that I'm like, honey. You know what I mean? I love that they have the community and it's very fun for them, but there's part of me that's like,
It's also hard to like, who tells you that you're bad? Very few people will like, you be like, I'm auditioning and I'm not getting stuff. Okay, that's one thing.
I know.
But
you're
like,
right.
nobody ever sits you down and goes like, you have to stop coming here.
Well, they want your money.
You have well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But like, no one's ever like that blunt with you. It's a community of like very nice, open-minded
very
people.
Supportive.
Very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have
maybe
any
not like the biggest crowd of
at all, like you can
deduce
read the
that you're
room.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you audition every year, and like on your 10th audition, and you don't get even a callback. It's like, I feel like, okay.
Well, and also like there are people who like maybe didn't get selected for house teams or whatever, but who were still good at the craft enough to like do their own shows and like make people laugh.
Yeah.
True.
But like everybody knows that feeling of being in a bad improv show where nobody is laughing.
Yeah.
And you feel like the sinking feeling of being
Absolutely.
under the lights,
You just want to like run off
and,
stage
like,
and never do it again.
like,
Absolutely.
if that's happening every time you get on stage.
There was a couple people that I would watch that were not aware of it.
Yeah.
That would have
I've
horrible
seen those people
shows. That's why stand up won out for me, because in stand up when you are bad, you get your comeuppance immediately. And there's nowhere to spread it out. Mm-hmm. There's no one else to blame. It's just you and a microphone. It's a different type of nervousness because when they don't like it, they don't like you. They don't like that you played a horse character.
That's true.
They didn't like. They don't like you. They don't like your thoughts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So there's like a swift.
Because you took the time to write that thought out and really think it was
and you were
funny.
like, they're gonna love it.
It's not like improv. We were like, ooh, well, that just fell out of my mouth, and well,
There's
it wasn't.
that,
It wasn't
the spontaneity,
good.
and it's also the fact that you're protected by your team because you're all in it together. So
which is why solo improv, fuck off. When people are like, come see my one-person improv show, I'm like, I won't.
Yeah, it's just like write a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Just do stand up. I know you're scared. Just fucking try stand up at this point. Speaking of, are you ever going to do stand up? Didn't you tell me?
This comes up all the time.
Come on, Des.
I have, we're not allowed to, I would show you on my phone. I have like jokes, and I really, over Christmas time, I actually finally started like forming it into like a tight 5. So I just got to book something really at this point.
But you don't need to book anything.
I'm not going to do an open mic.
Why not?
Not for my first. No, I want to do like a proper show with friends that are hosting it. I want to feel like warm and safe and protected, and I will not feel warm and safe and protected at open mic. I'm just being honest. I'm not anti open mic. I will do it after that.
Okay.
But for my very first show that I've like curated, I know I'm going to invite Jake. If you're still living here, I'll invite you. And I want it to be like, I have some friends in the audience. I know the hosts, and like, it'll feel like a fun environment. Like if it's like a Meredith type show or something.
Sure.
Like, I'd rather do that open mic for my first time. Eek. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go the opposite way.
I feel that you are so wrong.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like I just feel like open mics are so mean.
Des,
they're
you
mean.
will, of course they're mean.
I need people to
they're
laugh
strangers.
at my. I need people to laugh at
But
my
they're
first
strangers
show.
and you'll never see them again. Even if you do see them again, they again, like facts on a tour, they leave your mind like they were never there the second you walk out. Also, you'll never be worse at stand-up than the first time you do it.
You think? I don't know. I'm usually good at succeeding like the first time and then being bad all the times after that. In other things, not stand-up obviously because I haven't done it. But like when I do something, I have this like energy of like I have to succeed, so I'll succeed the first time. But then after that, I'm like I can't keep doing this.
Maybe I'm wrong. I would be shocked if you felt that way getting off stage. If you walk off stage your first time and go, that was fucking perfect. What you'll probably feel is, I wish I'd done it a couple times before I invited people out.
Okay.
So you should go somewhere where there's no stakes.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the way I
get on stage, fucking bomb, get it out of the way so you're like, I'm still alive.
And don't tell anybody. Do it in secret for weeks and weeks.
Okay.
Literally.
Ooh, secret. Okay, well, I like that.
And then be like, I'm having my first stand-up show. You guys can come.
Sure.
And you don't even need to tell people that you did mics.
Should I take a class at Flappers?
No.
Okay. Because I feel like a lot of people do that.
Never take a stand-up class.
Never?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Go to an open mic, bomb.
Why do I have to bomb at the open mic? Can I be good at the open mic?
You cannot be good at the open mic. There's also no bombing at mic. There's also no bombing at open mics either. All you're doing is practicing the emotions that you feel after stand-up.
Sure.
Because that really is it. It's like it's the discipline of like I write a joke, I get on stage, I say it, I sit down, I walk out. And you just do that a bunch until you're like you'll feel when like your nerves are starting to calm.
Are there any open mics that don't start at midnight?
Yeah, they just it's like you can start doing mics at like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, well, I'm not doing that either.
Yeah,
I need a nice window there.
Remind me where you live. You're close.
Yeah, I'm in Toluca Lake.
So you could do the fucking what's it called? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've done it.
The Good Night?
No, there's
the Tiki.
Is it
place?
called Third Wheel?
Oh, never mind.
Sixth Wheel?
I don't know.
There's a place very close to us right here that I used to go to. Also, open mics are horrible.
Yeah.
So you just go to them until you're like, I'm never gonna like I'll never go to an open mic again.
Yeah.
But I did it for 7 years, so I like
I don't have 7 years in me. I'm gonna be honest. So I'll do like 2.
2 years.
No, 2 open mics. I'm not one of those people that like reads those articles that are like, she didn't get her first, Oscar until she was 70, and like I feel, inspired by that. I'm like, I don't want to be 70 until I succeed at something. Like, no.
That was the guy in the movie Nebraska.
I liked that movie.
I like that movie too, but the old man won an award.
You talking about Bruce Dern?
Bruce Dern.
Yeah.
And they were
famous actor Bruce Dern.
Is he that
The
famous?
old man.
But he's not. Is this just my opinion? Sorry, hot take on Bruce Dern's
Legend of 70s cinema, Bruce Dern.
Here's my take on Bruce Dern in Nebraska. He doesn't do much. Mm-hmm. It seems weird that's like he like won awards for that movie. I'm like, he's
but
just
the movie was
like,
in black and white.
So it's got to be.
Yeah, so everyone's like,
it's
whoa.
immediately good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought Will Forte was good in it.
Yeah, he was good in it.
And I know
Is Alex Payne?
Who's
Alexander Payne, yeah.
Alexander Payne, sorry.
Yeah, he's credited as
You're
Alexander.
right. No, you're right.
Is he the director?
Right. Yeah.
The guy that plays
and writer, I believe.
the big guy that plays like the guy that's trying to like get the ticket from the Bruce Dern. He's Buzz from Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
And I met that guy.
Oh, okay.
He's a cool guy.
At an open mic?
No, he was friends of somebody that I did improv with,
Oh,
and
okay.
we went to a party once, and like
I forgot his name, but I see him like sometimes like appear in stuff these days.
He's
kind
around.
of making these little cameos here and there.
One of my sister's childhood friends dated him for a little while.
Oh,
Yeah.
In what age range was that?
I think like college age.
okay.
Okay, so like soon after
Early
Home
20s.
Alone? Because he was like a teenager in Home Alone.
No, it wouldn't have been like soon after, unless you would consider like 5 or 6 years soon after.
I mean, close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He was a teenager. She was 30. So tough stuff.
Home Alone was 1990. This would have been like late 90s.
Yeah, this would have been around like twins
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I was
It
about to
would've
say this is twins time.
I think that commercial was from the aughts.
We were definitely going to look this up.
We will. I also like the design of the Coors Light can. With it's got like the mountain range
Does it
on
still
it.
do that thing where it actually like changes colors?
No, but that was awesome.
Why did they stop doing that?
I don't know.
Too expensive or something?
Sometimes they have like great ideas, and then they feel like they give up on it.
It was
too
the
quick.
best idea. It would like change to blue.
It was when it was cold.
Yeah,
When
because it was cold. And this is something that I noticed about Coors Light in particular as a beer brand. So
Yeah.
much of their marketing is built around how cold it is.
Yeah.
But like all beer is supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
But theirs is extra cold.
Theirs
So like how are
is.
they guaranteeing that theirs is colder?
can.
the can
It's like
makes it colder.
It's like they use the science that the Yeti people use, like for their.
But that just means it's
like
been
their
in the
cans are built
refrigerator
like
like all the other
igloos.
beer has.
Well, the other beer places aren't manufacturing their cans the same way that the Coors.
I'm just
people
saying
are.
it's interesting that they're not talking about the flavor or how fucked up
Well, because
you
they
get.
know it tastes bad.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, this is the best tasting beer water
Well,
you've
don't
ever
you think
had.
Bud Light knows that their beer tastes like ass too?
This is the heart, by the way. Everything you're describing. This is the hardest part about having celiac disease, is because that's the beer I like drinking.
Coors Light?
I like drinking Coors, Bud Light, any like shitty light beer. Like that's how I drank in
Yeah.
college, and that's the one thing that I can't have.
They don't have like a gluten-free PBR?
They do, but it's like thick. It feels like drinking a loaf of bread, and it's fucking
Which is
fake
like the
bread.
opposite,
It's like
yeah.
fake bread. Yeah, it's like it's not. It's like heavy. There's a ton of sugar in it. It's like I like drinking beer that tastes like fucking water. You can crack back 5 of them.
Yeah.
When you piss, it goes like 3 times as far. You know that drunk
Yeah.
light beer
Of course.
piss is a great piss.
Shooting way past those used condoms
oh
on
my,
the floor.
you just fucking those used condoms are a fucking memory to the urine by the time it hits.
I mean, these days I like the light beers just because, like, it's the. I mean, I'm the age I am, and I shouldn't be complaining about this, but I'm like, I want the cheapest beer you got in this bar. I don't want to spend like $10 on an IPA because I want to drink
Yeah.
a few tonight, and so I would just take your Coors Light or whatever you have.
My move back in our improv days when we were all drinking very heavily was I would get like a beer that I liked the taste of first as my first beer of the
Oh,
night.
yeah.
And then as I get drunker, I start
Yeah,
going
it's like,
to
who
shittier and
cares?
shittier beer because I
Yeah.
don't know the
That's a
difference.
good move.
I usually did like I'd start with like a dirty martini. I'd be like, hey, Mike,
Ooh.
Mustang Sally's. Hey, Mike, give me a dirty
Shout
martini.
out to Mike.
I'd have one dirty martini. It was my fancy drink of the night. And then I'd be like, yeah, Bud Light, please. Like I would just switch.
I saw him.
Oh,
So he worked at a new bar near the Gotham. So I remember I did stand up one night, and I wanted to go get a drink afterwards, probably because I didn't have a great show. And I go into the bar just by myself, and I'm like, Mike,
well, how long ago was this?
this would have. I mean, I was still living in New York, so it was probably like 8
okay.
years ago.
Okay.
And he remembered me. He's like, Eric. I was like, yeah, what's up, man? I was like, oh, nothing much. I tried to like catch up with him. He was like, what do you want to drink? It's busy.
Like, I don't have time.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But it was just, it felt so, I was like, man, that guy has been gone from my consciousness for 10 years, just
then
showed
he's
up
just
right there.
there.
And then he's gone again.
we follow each other. Alan, who was the
yeah.
other bartender.
Okay.
Alan, if you're listening, hello.
What a duo.
He got married to a babe, and they just had a kid. So there are
Good
some
for
updates
Alan.
for you if you want to.
Wait, what?
There are some updates on Alan if you are interested
Yeah.
in what. I feel like he lives in California too, but I don't think it's LA. So I follow him, but I don't always pay attention. But yeah,
Is he in the place where they shot Big Little Lies?
What is that?
Monterey.
Monterey? I don't think
Where,
so.
like, the
what made you
waves-
think that he would go
The
there?
waves crash. That's just the only other place in California I can think of.
Oh, Sacramento.
There's a Sacramento.
San
The Resi and the Resi
Diego.
near the Redwoods.
The Redwoods. No, I
So
don't
many
know.
places.
He could be
San
in
Francisco, perhaps.
Solvang
Solvang.
Santa Clarita.
with the
He's,
Dutch?
He's likely Danish. He's likely not in Solvang. There's only 6,000 people that live there, and 90% of them come from Danish ancestry.
Yeah.
So unless he's Danish,
He could be. Didn't he have an accent? Am I crazy? I feel like he had
not
an
he had
accent.
like an Irish accent.
Oh, you're right. I think he was Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all sounds
Mm-hmm.
the same if you're drinking light beers. Guys, we're at time. This has been super fun. That's how you know it's a good podcast, when it flies by.
And it really did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not like fucking comic book club. With this
Yeah.
shit.
Or Rob's
Fuck it.
dumb fart noise podcast.
I feel like I'm running in molasses with those two fucking shows.
You seriously have to like tag any one of those comic book guys in
this.
Yeah,
I love LePage.
I think they would love to hear that they got mentioned.
Yeah.
Zalben.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really know. I didn't know any of the other guys. I knew Pete.
Well, we barely know who this Justin kid is, but
No, he's.
we know Pete and we know Alex.
But I know one thing about him. I know
He's
does
not
wear
black.
glasses.
Oh, sorry. I thought
There's
you
no way he was black because his name is Justin.
And black guys don't wear glasses. Thank you for coming on my show. Where can people find you online, support your work, all that good stuff?
Well, I'm on Instagram at Des Nash. That's basically it.
I'm on Instagram too, JHobartB. I really only post in October about what horror movies I'm watching, but I'm there.
Thanks for coming on.
Or LinkedIn. Find me on LinkedIn.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, great. All right.